Howdy hoes. Welcome back to my glorious channel where I obsess over making the most authentic brain rot. And today is a very special day because we are going to be talking about our favorite topic, transphobia. We all know what it is, we all know that it exists, and for those that don't believe that it exists, why the fuck are you watching my video? Transphobia can come in all different shapes and flavors. We have systemic transphobia, religious transphobia, true scum transphobia, whatever the fuck Matt Walsh is doing. Transphobia can take literally any form, but there's one type of transphobia that people tend to overlook. Probably because they're too busy bullying trans kids into killing themselves and then wondering why the trans suicide rate is so high. The kind of transphobia I am referring to is, of course, the detransitioner moral panic. Guys, like my nails? It's sapphic. Detransitioners are people who undergo some kind of medical transition only to detransition later on in order to undo their initial efforts in transitioning. People can detransition for a multitude of reasons, including not being able to afford their medication, having a certain medical condition, or even just living in an environment where transitioning risks them being a victim of a very serious hate crime.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
However, these detransitioners don't take the spotlight as much as a very specific type of detransitioner. I am of course talking about the people who detransition after discovering that gender transition wasn't quite the right flavor of up and go to use as a milk replacement when making a glass of Milo that you filled 2/3 up with Milo powder before pouring in the up and go because your 20-year-old naivety prevents you from comprehending the idea that you can develop diabetes just like anyone else. In other words, they regret it. Despite being one of the rarer kinds of detransitioners, these silly duffers make up the entire concept of a detransitioner to a typical transphobe, which, if you've been paying attention, is completely on purpose. Can my hair, please? Please. I am begging you. I am begging you. Oh my gosh. This is what's known as a slippery slope fallacy, which is when someone asserts that a specific action would create a chain reaction into something chaotic and undesirable, typically taking the worst case scenario of an issue and using it as the primary example. In relation to how the media portrays detransitioning, talking points stem from the idea that children going through any kind of gender transition will inevitably lead to them detransitioning out of regret, which will then lead to some kind of depression and potentially suicidality. This pipeline tends to be the main rhetoric pushed by right-wing narratives, despite regret-based detransition making up only 1% of people who transition, which is where the cherry-picking and selection bias comes in. The vast majority of cases used to fuel this narrative are what we call FTMTFs, or female to male to female detransitioners. This is largely due to the fact that testosterone tends to be more irreversible and visible, and of course because of the existence of the double mastectomy. So you might be thinking, does this mean they only advocate for the banning of testosterone and gender-affirming surgeries on minors? Nope. In fact, they advocate for the banning on pretty much anything related to gender transition in minors, including estrogen, puberty blockers, and even fucking pronouns. Their main cause is to prevent young girls from going through an undesirable masculinizing puberty, while simultaneously forcing trans girls to go through exactly that. Talk about cisnormative irony.
Hey doctor, can I go on testosterone so that I can feel comfortable in my own skin and not want to throw my head into a particle accelerator every few seconds? This is my sonic voice.
Absolutely not, girly girl, woman, female, ma'am. You are only 17 and have been wanting to transition for 6 years. We don't want you to make a mistake, so maybe come back to us in about 20 years. What about me? I've been questioning my gender, and the idea of going through a male puberty terrifies me. Can I go on puberty blockers so that I have more time to explore my gender identity and possibly prevent decades worth of trauma? What are fuck? What are you, a fucking I can't. This is giving me hype. This skit's giving me fucking hypertension. I'm not even kidding. What are you, a fucking rapist? I know that you just want to use the woman's bathroom to harass these poor women.
Now get out of here, you fucking pup. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bro, I'm 12.
Before I go on too much of a tangent, I should probably explain what exactly this video is about. On September 3rd, 2023, Channel 7 aired an episode of their series called Spotlight. This was essentially a propaganda piece regarding people who transition only to detransition later in life. They introduced multiple known transphobes to splurt their biased ideologies flavored with blatant disinformation, including a parental rights anti-liberal politician, a turf child psychiatrist who believes that dead names are biological components, and a Walmart Matt Walsh that doesn't quite understand male anatomy. For the time being, let's ignore the fact that having to reach the age of 18 before a patient's underdeveloped genitals. What do you mean underdeveloped? We were also introduced to the biggest stereotypes of transphobic parents that you could possibly imagine, who for some gosh darn reason have trouble connecting with their trans son. It's a bloody mystery, that is. And of course, we have our 3 detransitioners. A genuinely upsetting example of what happens when kids aren't properly taught about gender identity, an anti-trans activist all the way from fucking California, and someone who literally only detransitioned because of bioessentialist brain rot. I think that for an Australian detransitioner special, they'd find more than one detransitioner that's actually Australian. And cis. Naturally, I made a reaction video to the Spotlight, where I played a fun game of drunk bingo. It was quite an interesting experience, but the overall quality of the video could be better. Oh my gosh, chaos theory! Fucking chaos theory, I swear. I used a 4-year-old webcam that I got from Officeworks of all places, and being drunk, some of my points could have been articulated better. Nonetheless, I'll leave the reaction video down in the description if you're curious, and will likely upload a more refined version on this channel. But if hour-long videos aren't your style, here's a few of my favorite moments. This guy is explaining like quantum mechanics to someone that thinks the sky is brown. Every trans person on Earth is immediately just sexually attractive and will make everyone's penis go up and then up inside of themselves.
If you change your mind 4 years later and you've lost your breasts, you'd be pretty unhappy about it.
50.
Motherfucker, this is a cis man. What is underdeveloped genitals? What does that even mean? Because it's also contagious, so that their penis will also turn into a vagina. That's how sexually attractive trans women are. So, yeah, no, it's great. It tastes great. Yeah, no.
Present a fucking citation.
Yeah, no, that's
you fucking
bitch. When we get to the biocentrist points of views, I'm going to debunk them, so just hold on tight.
It is not possible to be the opposite sex. It's just a fact.
Alright, I guess we didn't have to wait that long. Now, before we dive any further into today's subject, I should probably draw attention to the moderately sized elephant in the room. I've got a sock on my mic. Look, I'm using it as a fucking pop filter, okay? Look, it's worse when I do that. Look, hang on, one sec. Yeah, see? All clean. Holy fuck, I sprayed too much. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the elephant in the room. This Spotlight episode aired way back in early September, and the majority of the events that I will be covering are on that same month. I've had to jump through a lot of hurdles to make this video, both technical and mental. The drunk bingo video had taken me the entirety of October to make, and I'm still not even done. I don't know what it is about October, but it just seems to be the month where I just buy way more than I can chew. First it was the Darkness of Eclipse horror map I made for 2020's VR Chat Spookality event. Then it was my bedtime story horror map in 2021. And now I've gotten myself reenacting Sisyphus's punishment with this video. Greek mythology. Oh fuck. If you're wondering why I'm not wearing pants, the answer is that pants are for pussies. Like literally, like pants go like the pussy goes in the pants go around the never mind. Before I started working on the Spotlight, I made the Spotlight. It was me all along. Jesus. Before I started working on this video, I was first introduced to the Spotlight episode while I was sitting in my living room, minding my own business, and then BOOM! Surprise transphobia! It caught me so fucking off guard, like these motherfuckers just sneak attacked me. Surprise! So I did what any mediocre activist would do. I did absolutely nothing for 3 days, and then I was like, oh, fuck me, you know what? That would make for a pretty fucking alright video. Sci-fi magic, teleport, sci-fi magic, teleport, Stop! This is me from the future. Don't make that fucking video, I swear to God. Did you just invent time travel specifically to undo decisions leading to mild inconveniences? Fucking duh. Why the fuck else would I fucking use time travel for, idiot? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong? Well, I mean, you could prevent 9/11. Oh, I see. No. America definitely deserved that. Okay. I just need to preface this because I know how some of y'all Americans can be. That was a joke. I obviously don't think America deserved 9/11, okay? I'm not that much of a Hassan Abi viewer.
You said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
Yeah.
I'm getting off track again. After a few days of inactivity, I finally convinced myself to watch the Spotlight episode so that I could gather all the arguments that were made and understand the rhetorics that were used. I initially wanted to watch it with a group of friends, but I couldn't find enough people who were willing to watch something like that, understandably. So I decided to watch it alone, leading to my drunk bingo video. So after watching the Spotlight video, I finally had all the information that I needed, and it was time for the next step of my plan: the article and the posters. Is this shit working? Hello, this is me from the future. Thank you so much for watching this portion of the video that I have finished creating. I uploaded this video so that I could get some feedback in order to make it as best as I could possibly make it, and also to prepare me for the future parts of this video that I'll be making. With that being said, any feedback that you could give down in the comments would be very appreciated. Any criticism, anything positive that you liked, anything that you didn't like, whatever, just pretty much anything really. I'm trying to garner as much feedback as possible so that I can make this video the best video that I can possibly make it. So again, any feedback that you can think of, I would really appreciate it if you could put it in the comments. So anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this part of the video, and I'll see you again when I upload the rest of it.